What's up YouTube, it's Courtney here, and I'm coming back in the video for the Studio Ghibli series. So, we've done the first film, Castle in the Sky, Studio Ghibli's debut film as an actual studio. Now we're going to do the second film that they produced, which until recently I actually didn't know was part of a double feature. So let's talk about, let's talk about Grave of the Fireflies. Okay, so for anyone who's already seen this film, you can kind of understand that this is the film I didn't really want to have to watch again. And it's not because it's a bad film. In fact, this film's brilliant, but we're going to go through all the story elements and everything so you can kind of understand the reason why I was more apprehensive of watching this film than the second film in this double feature. Okay, so this story is about a teenage boy, Saito. He dies in the opening scenes of the movie. And the rest of the film recounts the story of Saito and his little sister Setsuko as they navigate and evade air raids in war-torn 1940s Japan. So yeah, it's not as whimsical and fantastical as the film that came before it, but we're going to talk about it anyway because it is a very important film in the Studio Ghibli catalogue, and I want to discuss a lot of things about this film, and I hope you'll enjoy where we go with this. So next up is the characters. Due to the nature of this film, I'm going to talk about the characters together, as it mainly focuses around Saito and his younger sister Setsuko. Well, they are brother and sister, and after their mother dies in one of the air raids and their father is off fighting in the Navy, they only have each other to look after each other. Saito spends the entire film looking after his sister, Setsuko. All of his choices, all of his motivations are about him looking after his sister. As the movie goes on and things start becoming more desperate, his motivations doesn't change, but his decisions become a lot more risky as the air raids go on. Setsuko is far much younger than Saito in this film. She acts as the heart, she is the catalyst for Saito doing the majority of things that he does because he's constantly looking after her. She brings us the childlike sense of wonderment that comes with the world and the creatures in the world, even when a lot of things are desperate. And she's a very good foil to Saito's protagonist role. Okay, so let's go about what I liked about this film. I'm going to be brutally honest here. This is one of the most emotional, thought-provoking and somber films that I've ever watched, let alone in the Studio Ghibli library in general. As war-based films go, this is up there with the best of them. And my favourite war film, if people know, is Full Metal Jacket. That's one of my favourite war films. Actually, that is my favourite war film. This film, even though it doesn't focus too much on the war aspect, is up there with the best of them, and it shows the anguish and the consequences of war. The visuals again are magnificent. There are contrasting hues. There's always an ominous red tint when the raids begin, and when it comes to the fallout, you get to see the devastation left in its wake. During the downtimes, you get to see the actual beauty, the bright colours that you'd normally see from the pastel stylings of Studio Ghibli. This isn't a happy film. This isn't a film full of adventure and fantasy. This is a film about a brother protecting his sister at a time when the world just got turned upside down. It is a magnificent piece of cinema that teaches kids about loss, war, fear, determination, and love. Even now, after watching it, and this is the first time I've watched it in maybe a few years. It's the kind of film that leaves you time to reflect after viewing it. Contrary to popular belief, I do actually really love this film. It's just I hate having to watch it because there's no matter how many times I watch this film, it does hit you right in the feels. And I knew exactly what was going to happen in this film from start to finish because it is the kind of film that you remember every bit of it. Which makes sense as to why it was paired as a double feature for the next film that I'm going to talk about. The film that includes what would come to be the mascot of the entire company, My Neighbor Totoro. So look forward to that one coming in the future. If you like this kind of video, like, subscribe, comment down below, share this all over social media. Tell me about some of your favourite Studio Ghibli films. If you like Grave of the Fireflies, tell me your favourite bit of it, and we'll discuss more in the comment section. Until later, catch you in a bit.